In our last video, I had you work on your current org chart, looking at where you're vulnerable, who's at risk, using the highlighters to highlight your best people, maybe your weakest people. Now I want to look forward. I want you to think about what's called a 3-year org chart. Imagine where your company is 3 years from now in terms of size. Particularly think about in terms of revenue. If you're currently a $5 million company, where will you be in 3 years? Maybe a $10 million company, $15 million company. So think about where your company will be in 3 years, what the revenue will be, and then we're going to begin to construct what's called a 3-year org chart. And there are, I use on this the book Traction, and it suggests that in that 3-year org chart, you're going to create that org chart to support the growth that you're anticipating. And the top 2 positions in that 3-year org chart, at the very top, you're going to have what's referred to as a visionary for your company. The job titles that accompany that visionary position might be CEO, might be president, might be chairman. So the visionary is the top leader in the company. They're the primary deal maker. They're the one that have got kind of a mental picture of where the company is going to be in 3 to 5 years. They also are responsible typically for creating a lot of chaos within the company because they're wanting to get to that 3 or 5 year mark maybe faster than the company's capable of getting there. They tend to be very optimistic, maybe a little bit of ADD, not real patient, these visionaries. So every company needs to have the visionary. Who's your visionary? Is it you? The second position underneath the visionary is the integrator in our 3-year org chart. The integrator is at the highest level is responsible for just getting stuff done, getting us to that 3-year vision, responsible for keeping the train on the tracks, so to speak. They're responsible for execution of the business plan. The visionary comes up with the plan. The integrator is responsible for the execution of the plan. They tend to be a little more pessimistic than the visionary in a healthy way. They like structure within the business. So who is your integrator? Now, in some cases, the visionary in a young company, the visionary might also be the integrator. Science tells us that only 5% of visionaries are capable of also being the integrator. So one of the first hires for companies typically is the integrator, an operational manager of sort. So we've got our visionary, we have our integrator. Next, we need to have the next 3 positions is someone who's in charge of 3 key functional areas in your business. Someone who's in charge of sales and marketing, second person who's in charge of operations, and the third person who's in charge of finance. So in that 3-year org chart, visionary, integrator, and then those 3 functional heads, maybe a vice president for each of those. And here are 2 rules as you fill out those positions in the 3-year org chart. It's okay to have the same name in different boxes, right? The org chart, you're going to have different boxes. So I could be both the visionary and then maybe also I'm in charge of sales and marketing. And my integrator could be the integrator and also maybe the CFO for a time being. Same person can be in multiple boxes. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you cannot have multiple names in the same box. I can't have 2 people doing the integrator job or 2 people doing in charge of sales and marketing. Because if you have 2 people in the same box, in the same position, reality, you have no people in that role. You can't have 2 people doing a job. There's got to be 1 person responsible, accountable for each position. What does your 3-year org chart look like?